All right, let's go into some other issues, particularly in relation to JobSeeker. Big debate at the moment because we've had months and months of job losses, as you know, and with 7+% of our population currently unemployed, and we know the number's much higher, they're being hidden in some of the statistics on JobKeeper. Well, you'd think employers would be overwhelmed with job applications, but that's not the case. The National Skills Commission data released today shows that 1 in 2 employers are struggling to recruit workers because of a lack of applications. And it appears that the Morrison government's JobSeeker program, which is the temporary doubling of the DOLE, could be the reason why. At this new higher rate, JobSeeker, which is the old DOLE doubled, currently costs taxpayers $1.7 billion a fortnight. And it's currently supporting 1.6 million Australians in this time of pandemic. Now, for some people, that means they're getting more money now at home on the dole than they got when they were at work. And at the start of the crisis, the head of the small business lobby, Peter Strong, said this could well be a real problem for us, and he was right. Mark McKenzie is the CEO of the Australasian Convenience and Petroleum Marketers Association. He joins me now from Wollongong. Thank you very much for your time, Mark. I read in The Australian today with interest someone who owns 4 petrol stations saying how difficult it was to get someone to come in and work part shifts, sort of 20 to 25 hours a week. And he put it down to the fact of the double dole, and people that he is ringing up to come back to work just aren't interested. Now, is this an isolated issue or is it more widespread?
It's pretty widespread in our industry, Peter. What we basically have in the service station industry is people employed on 20 and 25-hour-a-week shifts. So it's between 3 and 4 shifts a week. Somebody working 20 hours a week actually gets paid $30 less than they would earn on JobSeeker. So that is less than they would earn sitting around at home. And someone who's actually working the 4 shifts a week is actually paid $50 more in after tax. So in those circumstances, we've got real problems trying to recruit people in the very typical shifts that are worked in service stations.
So before this payment was doubled, before JobSeeker became the double dole, did you have a problem getting people to work those shifts?
No, we didn't. I suppose we had a situation here where you got close to near total employment that it took us a bit of time, so it might take us a week or two. But we've actually got some of our retailers now saying it's taking them 3 and 4 weeks. And when they go to the job-active employers, that is the businesses that are paid by government to have people available for employers to contact, we're being told by those businesses or those organisations that they don't have any applicants because people are getting more money on JobSeeker, double the dole, as you mentioned, rather than working within the business on shifts of 20 to 25 hours a week.
Yeah, I think it's also important to say that during this period too, the government, the Prime Minister, suspended the mutual obligation requirements. So the requirement that you, when you get this money, that you actually have to be looking for work. All of that's gone, or it's gone at least until September. That's one of the reasons why these job placement agencies have no one on their books, because they actually don't want to work. What do you want the government to do here?
Well, I think the real issue with JobSeeker is it's pitched too high. It was a good strategy going into the crisis, but it's clearly not a great strategy coming out of it, at least from our perspective. If you got to a situation now and you look at the average minimum wage, which is just on $20 an hour, effectively someone is better off staying at home unless they're working more than 32 hours a week. That's about the break-even point. And so our suggestion is you really need to halve the coronavirus supplement. So bring it down from $5.50 to $2.50. And you're starting to get to a level where it becomes attractive for people to work more than 20 hours a week.
I tell you what, it's a real worry, Mark McKenzie, and I don't think it will be resolved until some of that money starts to come down, albeit there will be people that still need help going into the future. But at the moment, I think it's been taken for a ride. We're being taken for a ride as taxpayers. Mark McKenzie, thank you very much for your time tonight.
Thank you.